All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. Now, before I even get into this video, let me just tell you, I started recording this, and as I was talking, I was kind of looking through some stuff, and I made a realization that dictated what this video ended up being about. So now I'm going back to shoot the intro, then I'm gonna chop it in at the front, because here's the deal. The new champion at 125 has the highest finish rate of any champion in the UFC, male or female. What do you know about that? Literally the highest finish percentage of any champion in the UFC, Figueiredo. 125. 19-1 with 16 finishes. That's the best in the UFC. Even Stipe is down by 1. But gosh, man, look at Stipe's finish rate. We'll get into it in the video. But bottom line, before we get started, if you like the content, subscribe, ring the bell. Listen, I just did a 2.5 hour live video. If any of my people are watching this, you know, you'll see a pretty dramatic shift from this Jesse on Fire to the one that's sitting on the couch with my wife. But this is my show where I put the face on. That I'm chilling on the couch with my family, right? I mean, it's not that much different, but I'm working hard for you guys, all right? Subscribe, ring the bell. Let's go. Now let's get into it. Here's what Jesse on Fire has to say about Figueiredo, okay? In case anyone hasn't done any research on this guy, who is now the 125-pound belt holder, he's 19-1 with, 16 finishes. Last one, you know, rear naked choke, TKO, submission, guillotine, punches, corner stoppage, submission arm triangle choke, KO, submission, TKO, KO, submission guillotine choke, TKO, submission armbar. What? This is a 125-pound division. These guys don't finish anybody. Like that was the whole reason Dana hates 125 pounds, is because there's never anyone exciting that finishes anybody. But guess what? Henry Cejudo knocked out TJ Dillashaw in like 22 milliseconds. EPO doesn't help you when you get knocked out in 20 seconds. And now you have a current champion who is a finish machine. You want a guy who can sell pay-per-views? Show me a guy who can finish fights. You want to show me a guy who can finish fights at 125? I mean, this guy is exciting. I would be very excited to watch him fight against anyone who is even moderately, had even a little bit of buzz behind him. Let's track that where I'm going, because someone pretty exciting vacated the belt. And then you go to 135, and we've talked about that a million times. It's Murderer's Row. All knockout artists, and Triple C vacated there. And Triple C is asking for Volkanovski at 145. Okay? I am all in for any of those fights, for the record. I want to see Triple C fight Figueiredo. I want to see him fight Jan. I want to see him fight Volkanovski. I would say probably in the order of, I want to see him fight Volkanovski first. Then, I can't believe I'm going to say this, I think I would rather see him fight Figueiredo than Jan. Honestly, I would love to see that fight. Figueiredo is like, there are certain fighters that you can just see. They are not, like, decision is not even in their mind. Like, it's not even a thing that enters their mind at all. It's just something that every once in a while happens in fluke circumstances, you know? Like, and it's so rare fighters like that, where they genuinely believe they're going to finish every fight. Decision, improbable or impossible. I mean, and you know, the record speaks for itself. If you're finishing every single fight, I mean, you know, decision is something random that happens every once in a while. You got 9 knockouts, 7 submissions, and 3 decisions. I mean, it's rare. It's rare for it to go to the judges. I mean, 19-1 with 16 finishes is an incredibly high ratio. Incredibly high. I mean, just like as a current state contrast, let's see what Kamaru Usman's finish rate is, right? So we got 19-1 with 16 finishes. Kamaru Usman is 17-1 with 8 finishes. 50% versus whatever 16 of 19 is. And of the most recent ones, decision, KO, decision, KO, decision. Okay, that's all. That is Kamaru Usman's modern career that we've been watching. In reverse order: decision, KO, decision, KO, decision. Wow, look at this. Okay, so Figueiredo, let's do the same thing. Okay, we're going in reverse order, starting tonight. I apologize. That was before. Okay, so now starting tonight. Okay. So starting with Benevides, okay? First round submission, second round TKO, first round submission, decision. Then he lost that decision. Then second round TKO, split decision, TKO, second round, first round submission. Right? This is an exciting fighter, man. I am behind this guy. I want to see him fight again. I want to see him fight someone good. That is going to be challenging because there's no one at 120. Oh my God. Oh my God. Does anybody else remember who said they can make 125? Cody Garbrandt? Imagine that fight. Imagine Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt at 125. Come on, man. Come on. I don't know how Cody's going to make 125. His head weighs 60 pounds. Cody's got a huge head, dude. And I mean, most professional fighters that I have had, one-on-one or like in-person contact with, that is their defining trait. Gigantic head. Probably, hitting it and the, muscles expand. So it's probably like natural. They all get a little bit bigger just from, getting punched. But yeah, that is an exciting champion. And Jan, let's just look at that, huh? Since we're just doing this on the spot, let's do this thing. Let's see Peter Yan's finish rate. All right, so going backwards from the most recent, we got a TKO 5th round, KO 3rd round, decision, TKO 2nd round, decision, TKO 1st round, KO 3rd round, decision. So again, Figueiredo, like this, he is standing heads above everyone else, right? Now let's look at Khabib. Let's just go down. Let's go down the list of these champions. Let's see who has a finish rate like this guy. Okay, Khabib, going backwards. We are looking at submission in the 3rd, submission in the 4th, decision, submission in the 3rd, TKO, decision in the 3rd, TKO in the 2nd, decision, TKO. Again, Figueroa still standing out very, very firmly. Now let's look at Henry Cejudo. He is an exciting gentleman who is also a champion. All right, Henry Cejudo backwards. TKO 2nd, TKO 3rd, TKO 1st, decision, TKO 2nd. Then he lost. I cannot believe he lost to Joseph Benevides. That is insane that Benevides beat Triple C. But that Wilson Rise fight, that's the one where he came out in his karate stance, and I was like, he's gonna be the champion. And then decision. So Triple C, again, like not even comparable to Figueiredo's finish rate. All right, now let's go to 185. So we've got, Israel. So let's try Israel. All right, Israel going backwards. We got decision, KO in the 2nd, decision, TKO in the 1st, decision, TKO in the 2nd, KO in the 1st, TKO in the 1st. So a little better, but still a lot more decisions in his recent fights than Figueiredo. Now let's go to John Jones. We're doing this all the way down. John Jones. By the way, who's going to have an excellent finish rate is going to be Stipe. All right, so John Jones, we got decision, KO in the 3rd, no contest, which was the Daniel Cormier, decision, TKO. Figueiredo, heads above. Now let's go to the big boy, because Stipe has a finish rate that is murder machine. All right, so Stipe, TKO in the 4th. He lost to Cormier. Decision, TKO in the 1st, KO in the 1st, KO in the 1st, TKO in the 1st, TKO in the 5th. He lost the decision and then TKO in the 1st. Wow. So you got Stipe and you got Figueiredo. Okay, these are the guys that are the finishers, right? These are the guys that are the finishers. So he has 19 wins also. Figueiredo actually has an even higher finish percentage than Stipe, because Stipe's got 19 wins also, but he has 15 stoppages. All of them are TKOs. So Figueiredo officially has the highest stoppage rate of any champion in the UFC. So there's a new star in the UFC, man. A new star in the UFC. That is exciting. Oh, I guess before we go, though, let's not be sexist. Let's look at the female champions. All right, Wei Li is 21-1 with 17 finishes. So still not quite as good a finish rate as Figueiredo, but she is decision, then TKO in the 1st, decision, submission in the 1st, decision, submission in the 1st, TKO in the 2nd, TKO in the 2nd, decision, TKO in the 1st. Wow. So like all of her 4 decisions are all inside of her last like 10 fights. But she has almost as good a finish rate as Figueiredo. Now let's look at Shevchenko. All right. She is 19-3 with 13 finishes. So she's not even close. Not even close on percentage. But let's look at her most recent ones. She's got TKO in the third, decision, KO in the second, decision, submission in the second. She lost a split decision to Amanda Nunes, submission in the second, decision, another decision to Amanda Nunes, and a split decision that went her way. That is Valentina. So not even in the conversation. Now let's look at Amanda Nunes, the mother freaking GOAT female, and let's see what it looks like for her in her finish rate. She's 20-4 with 16 finishes. So Figueiredo has the highest finish rate in the UFC, okay? The highest finish rate in the UFC. Damn. All right, but Amanda Nunes, let's go backwards. So she won decision, TKO in the first, KO in the first, TKO in the fifth, split decision over Valentina, TKO in the first, submission in the first, decision, submission in the first. So Figueiredo, as of this moment, has the highest finish rate of any UFC champion. Boom. If you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. We got a new champ. Let's go.